Avast, ahoy, and g'day once again to ye mateys! I be your keeping the British end up, DM Josh the Pirate, and it brings me more satisfaction than murdering a media tycoon and then crashing and destroying his luxury yacht to welcome me back to Corsair's Cove and my Humblewood world for some more of Midnight and Madness. With me, I have me hearty crew. Now there's a name to die for. It's Rachel Fuka. What makes you think this is his first time? It's Jack O'Brien. Oh, she travels. A sort of licensed troubleshooter? It's Ellie B! And she always enjoyed studying a new tongue. It's Ro. So let's talk about these lovely folks, shall we? They're all James Bond quotes. I'm sticking with it. In case you're interested, mine was The Spy Who Loved Me. Which is also the film in which the making love in an escape submersible. Then Rachel's was Die Another Day. Jack's was from Skyfall. Ellie B's was from Thunderball, the worst Bond movie, but still a good line. And Rose was from Tomorrow Never Dies, which actually came in pretty close there on the really crap. And we've got a hype train on the works. Lancaster, you bloody champion. Lawrite as well. I see you there. Blah. 26 months. Heck, that's a lot. Guys, who the absolute heck are you? Rach, tell us about yourself.
Hello, my name is Rachel Fuka, and it is a name to die for because nobody else has it. You can find me on social media very easily. You can also find the book that I wrote. I don't know what I'm pointing at. It's called Hybridize. Sci-fi, mystery, there's a murder, there's robot people, it's fun. Check it out if you like science fiction. That's what I do.
That is indeed what you do. Jack, who the heck are you?
Hello, I have fornicated before, and I have a Twitch channel. Because this isn't my first time. I don't know.
Okay, all right. All right.
Yes. So
it's a hell of an entrance.
Yeah, I've absolutely done that.
Hello, I'm Jack, and I'm not a virgin.
You could have gone first
Don't
time
look into that. Don't look into it. I don't want to. All right. No, to make it work with the original point, that row, it's hard. You know, not unlike I was. But my name is Jack, and you can find me on Jack Squareback, and you can also hire me as a
Feels weird to spread yourself like this, doesn't it?
Anyway,
I can come run games for your kids if you want.
I have a username. Yeah, look. I think you better move on.
Ellie B, save him from himself.
I should, shouldn't I? How good if I could stop laughing for 2 seconds? Hi, it's me, Ellie B. I sometimes do things and sometimes I don't. Clearly not what Jack does, though.
I don't know about that. I'm not going to ask. I'm not going to. It would be rude of me to ask. Ewok Rule, thank you very much for the follow, you bloody champion. Avast, matey, you wee scallywag. And Ro, care to change or maintain the energy of the evening? Your choice.
Change. Hi, I'm Robo. I'm a Bulu-based educator and theatre maker. You can catch me here on Mondays. I'm also over on Jack Squarepeg's channel. Every second Thursday, we've got episodes of our amazing Cowboy Cthulhu coming out, Trouble Over Yonder.
Over where?
And yeah, over there. Over yonder, y'all.
Oh.
And I can also be followed on Instagram at Cradventures to see photos of my dog Charlie with the very large ears and travel adventures like this one behind me from the Kimberley, my most recent travel adventure, and upcoming projects, which the next one, if you happen to be in Perth, is God of Carnage coming up in September at Melville Theatre.
Hell yeah.
I've got lots to plug at the moment.
You do. We would also like to acknowledge the traditional owners of the land we are streaming from, which in most of our cases is the Whadjuk Noongar and the Wurundjeri. We pay our respects to elders of this land that we live on. We are privileged to be in a country with over 60,000 years of continuous culture, which includes a rich history of sharing stories like these. I'd also like to remind you to all like, please, follow, and subscribe. All the things, you bloody champions. We have all the exclamation mark socials, which Karen diligently updates. We have the YouTube, if you want to check out all the episodes you may have missed. This is episode 42 of Midnight of Madness, alone.
It's the rule. It's the funny number.
It is one of the good ones, yes. And we have
everything.
Exactly. And we have a Discord if you want to come and hang out with us there. Ask us any questions, any burning desires you have for information, Jax or otherwise. You can all find us, answer all the questions there. Yeah, thank you very much, blokes. We also have a link here for the Ukrainian people, because as you may have noticed, Ukraine is going through a bit of a rough time and has been for over 2 years now. The war over there has generated an awful lot of refugees, and if you have any any spare pennies in your digital wallets, you could throw them at the link I put up in chat, you bloody champions. Yes. So let us... What else have we got? I think it's probably time to have a bit of a recap, Rach, if you wouldn't mind. If you can indulge us.
Mind at all. Last week, Trish and Selenox made their way back from the Wizard of Wines with a kindling chorus line of surprisingly harmonic blights. This parade through the forest did not entice anyone to attack them, possibly because the marching band also doubles as a garrison of twig soldiers. Smoothie made his way back from the Humblewood after a moderately enlightening conversation with Courtwax Ravania. I would say moderately enlightening. We learned about a prophecy. They can't see past Strahd dying. They're not sure what happens after that. Very mysterious. He makes his way back, swooping in to add some light to our lives with his teenage confusion, which we all love. We learned a little more about the curse situation, or lack thereof, and now Trish knows exactly who has caused her all this pain. So that's interesting. Meanwhile, Irina, Esmeralda, and Esmeralda's weird dad get to the town where Smoothie raised the dead that one time.
Wow.
You know the one. I definitely remember the name. Apparently, there's a pretty nice pool here with some kind of healing properties. Sounds fun. Maybe we should check it out. The squad reunites at last. Everyone who hasn't met Irina yet does so now, and they go to check out this pool because, damn it, if we're going to traipse across Burrowvia on a mission to save every tortured soul that's trapped here, we're going to squeeze in some sightseeing while we do it.
That's it.
Selenox jumps right into the pool and has some feelings, some odd healing feelings. She makes a private internal choice and winds up trading some of her abilities in order to get that Strahd stank off her. Time will tell whether this was a good decision. Irina, ever the scientist, tests out the pool's healing abilities by cutting her hand and sticking it in the water. She then sees the face of Sergei Vanzorovich, which is conflicting and confusing. Irina doesn't know how to feel about him, but she does know that she wants to help. She reassembles the pieces of his soul by adding the Sunblade and a nearby statue into the water, and the sky cracks open, giving Burrowvia a rare taste of sunlight, and the Sunblade an interesting upgrade. Trish decides that the Sunblade is more suited to Irina, so she hangs onto it. And that is where we're at. Did I miss anything important?
I don't think so. Thank you very much, Rachel. That was an excellent recap. So we have to do a couple of things meta before we go in. Firstly, we need to level Esmeralda up. And you may have noticed in the character role on the screen that there is no Esmeralda. Well, friends, that is about to change. I am going to add her to the roll just to help me out. There she is. There she goes. She's in there. She'll pop up in just a second. Esmeralda, Ellie, who? What are you doing level-wise? Gonna take that 10th in Artifice, or are you gonna do sneaky little multi-class?
I think Ez is going to go a 10th in Artificer.
Heck yeah.
Just because it's what she's very good at. And I do really like the idea of some of the infusion choices that she can now activate, which will be quite fun.
She doesn't need... There she is. There she is.
I'm still waiting.
Oh, now you see her. Oh, I love her.
She is adorable.
Fabulous.
I described her as cute but spicy. Is
There
I think
she
the way
be.
is
Look at
I
those
feel about her.
earwings.
Is like Selenox and will kill anyone who calls her cute.
Oh.
Like I feel like that's a
Absolutely.
vibe that they might
110%.
share. Yeah,
Yeah.
like
Extra
like, I got
irony
that a lot.
now every time that Esmeralda calls Smoothie little one.
Yeah.
yeah.
By the way, Rachel,
Oh,
I
it's
gave
Always
you
been ironic.
I gave you a D4 bonus for the description of Esmeralda's weird dad. I thought that was excellent. And you already have inspiration, so yeah, that's fun. So yeah, we're going level 10 Artificer, which means we need a D8 from a couple of people in chat. Ellie, pick a couple of folks to roll them bones for you.
Ooh.
We got Papa Dookie, their new person. Hey, Papa Dookie, good to see you again. Thank you very much for joining us.
Oh, yeah. God damn it, Bishop. Let's go...
Don't pick me.
Okay. I won't pick either of you then.
Yeah, Bishop Blood tends to not roll amazingly, but that being said, I distinctly remember a 9 last week.
Papa
Good.
Dookie, since you knew, let's go there.
We've also got the Tank Hunter in chat as well. Papa Dookie and Tank
Oh,
Hunter, maybe?
Hunter. we did 8.
Why don't we have a couple of exclamation mark roll space the number 8 in chat, please? Tank Hunter and Papa Dookie, if you're still next to your keyboard. Higher one gets to be Esmeralda's extra hit points. An 8 from the Tank Hunter. Well,
Nice.
I mean, and Quad comes in with a 1. Never mind. Thanks, Quad. Well, look. Papa
Thank you
Dookie
for
didn't
playing.
do bad either. There's a 6 from Papa Dookie, but I think we'll take the 8.
I think you should take the 8.
Yeah, it's not a bad one. Good job, both of you. Never mind, Quad. We'll get you next time. So that would be a whole 9 extra hit points for Esmeralda, making it 62 hit points, which ain't bad for an artificer. Glorious and wonderful. Yeah, and now she can make herself some magic items, and now I don't have to give them to her. Glorious. Alrighty. Well, that clears that up for us. Next, I need to mention very quickly, we have affiliated with a couple of lovely sets of beans. The wonderful Wooten Forge gentlemen, creators of WA and possibly even the world's finest handcrafted wooden tabletop accessories, like this gorgeous Jared Dice Keeper here. Check out their beautiful stuff at wootenforge.com/Corsairs Cove. And any purchases you happen to make, we get a sneaky little kickback, you bloody champions, because I don't shill, but I do have bills. The other people I shill for, but I don't have bills for, is Troll Lord Games. They are the creators of the Castles and Crusades system. It has recently been kickstarted for a reforged version of it, so it is now completely OGL free and delicious for all of that. Excellent ways to tell your stories if you don't want to use 5e. And, you know, there are other ways, like RuneQuest and other stuff that, as we are learning at the moment, don't we, Jack? Yes, that's fun too. Check out their stuff at trolllord.com. What else do we need to say? I don't think we need to say anything else. Sirenscape is providing the noises that often, but not always, occasionally run their ways through your ear holes. Mateys, may your wings be no hindrance to swimming, and all the characters you play only be one at a time, as we head tremulously at first, and then with mounting anxiety and dread, into Burrowvia. So, we return to Burrowvia. And the little pond outside Kresk was the name of the place. Kresk.
Okay, yeah.
And yeah, you.
I'm definitely gonna remember that.
Yeah, look, you'll probably never come back here again. There is a lovely little shrine. That's the word. Shrine to Ardea, around the corner in the lee of a mountain. bit of a hilltop, really, upon which the Abbey of St. Markovia sits. And the lake is supposedly blessed by St. Markovia as well. It's a rather lovely place. It's kind of chill and cool. And yeah, you guys are hanging out there. Selenox and Smoothie are both wet. Irina's feet and hand are wet and to a degree covered in blood. A bit of a wacky thing just happened. Trish is down a blade, but also up a buddy with a blade. So there we go. There is now a statue lying in the pond, and Van Richten was like, "Whoop!" In fact, that would be Esmeralda's weird dad is probably about to head off. Actually, now, well, good job, everyone. Miss Kolyana, fantastic work. Well. Is I might leave you for a time if you don't mind. I'm sure you can manage without me perfectly well. But I have some investigating to do. What we learned in Burrowvia, the whole business with the wizard last year. I wonder if I can find him, or at least the remains or what have you of him. I'm sure because he was supposed to have left. Or been killed, but no one's found the body. And in my experience, in Burrowvia, if you haven't found the body, there is no body to find. So I'm going to look for him. That's my sort of next thing. While I don't know what you lot plan to do. What are we thinking?
Well, if you're going out and researching stuff anyway, I don't know if you have the ability to do so, but we said we might help the Argynvostholt people.
Oh, yes.
But unfortunately, that requires us somehow getting a dragon skull out of the castle. So if you want to maybe brainstorm how the heck we can do that and get back to us,
Does
that would
anybody
be
know
good.
Enlarge Reduce?
Oh, we have a wizard now.
I know that one. Irina starts frantically going through her notebook to see if she knows that one.
Smearing blood all over the pages.
It's not a problem anymore. Yeah, we got a wizard now. There was a fucking issue before.
Possibly, a team of unseen servants. Could you train some mice?
Subtly.
Ooh, actually, what are we saying? Selenox, you seem to have a way with twig blights. I reckon 6 of them could probably carry a skull of a dragon.
Without getting caught?
Well, you'll be in Ravenloft.
That's kind of my point.
Ah, so it's doing it on the sly. Right, I see. Well,
I get the feeling he
thought.
won't be pleased if we take it.
Well, then it's all about doing it on the sly, isn't it? So, yes, I'll give it some thought. All right. Good idea, though. Good thought. And you'll have an ally from them as well, by the sound of it.
Mm-hmm.
Splendid. Well, yes, that's it's certainly a thing to do, and I believe you also want to recruit young Master Aragal. Is that?
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, ideally, yeah. There's one more thing as well, which is because I assume you guys caught Smoothie up on the wine shenanigans and how you didn't find
I believe
the item we were looking for in the barrel.
Yeah.
So I would just go, if you can think of anybody else that might have the finest wine, which I think is Champagne Le Stomp. That
or
would
something imported. Yes.
Well, I suppose.
I think you're going to be traipsing around Ravenloft looking for a few items.
I think the implication was it would probably be in Ravenloft at this point.
Awesome.
It's a big place. It's probably fairly easy to avoid him if you get in on the sly.
Or we have a big enough distraction.
Or that. I like that plan. That's a good plan.
Okay.
I leave it to you on how, but yes.
Thanks.
So you will be leaving, old man.
Not for long. I'll meet you again down the road. Shall we set a place or a time, or does Mr. Smoothie just want to message me?
I mean, I can. It's probably not going to be a problem. But I get the feeling we're probably all going to be heading in the same. And I'll just I imagine the castle's silhouette is always kind of visible, particularly, it certainly would be from our high vantage point. So I'll just kind of
right
nudge
now,
my
no,
head in
because
that
you're
direction.
actually sort of
No.
in the lee of a hill that's hiding it. But normally, yes, absolutely. Yes. I'll catch you gents and ladies later. Well, have a lovely day. Don't be shocked if, well, as you know, whenever the sun comes out, this lot get a bit rowdy.
Just come back in one piece.
No. I meant you have a lovely evening. It's probably going to be a good one.
I know, but you come back in one piece. I don't want to have to go traipsing the world to find the rest of you.
Oh, if I lose a bit, you can always build me a new one. And if he thinks in any way... Hang on, I'm going to roll an insight for him. I got an 11. That's useless. It would be a 13 with modifiers. Esmeralda, would you accept a hug?
No.
No. Okay. He goes to and then stops himself. And instead gives you a polite bow. Sort of clicks his heels together and bows to you and then to the rest of you. And says, well, I shall see you later. May the light of the Amaranthines shine strongly upon all of you. And then looks at the sky and then leaves.
Well, looks like we need to go somewhere else now.
I was planning on the pub, personally.
It's late afternoon. It'd be odd to start a travel adventure now.
There's some stuff I think I need to talk to you guys about our next step, but I'm in a good mood, and I would like to hold on to that for today, if it's all the same.
Sounds good to me.
That is fair.
So, you came here looking for a thing, right?
Correct.
But you haven't actually looked for the thing. So if you want to, you can look for the thing.
Sure. I actually have locate object if that helps.
Oh man, if you're going to cast that, yeah.
I did think that. I think I. No, I'm sure I'm sure I prepared it. I would have. I forgot, but I did. I would have. He would have in between.
Yeah. You cast locate object.
Yep.
The Tome of Strahd is, if you are standing on the shore of the lake, looking out at the gazebo, the Tome of Strahd is about 70 feet away underneath the gazebo.
Underneath the gazebo?
Yes. Underneath the seriously
could you describe for me what
rickety...
that means?
So, the gazebo is a wooden structure about 20 feet wide, roughly circular, but it's an octagonal structure, so pillar all the way around, and an octagonal
So I'd
roof.
need to crawl underneath to get out?
It's sort of sitting on, or sort of on the ground and a little bit sticking out into the lake. And the statue of Sergei was at the end of it. And it's partially surrounded by handrails. Getting underneath it is not really possible to where you can sense the thing. It's buried. The place is very rickety. You would either have to dig your way from one side or lift floorboards up to get at the thing.
I don't want to do that.
The place is very tumble down.
I will kind of look at Sorry, two characters. Trish is playing Irina. That's her name. Irina, do you have anything? And by the way, this would be out of nowhere. Like we're talking about other things, and now all of a sudden we're talking about dirt. So I'm just like, do you have a way of that area there? And my Bugs Bunny ears will sort of point in this direction. I think can we? Is there a way you can lift Earth up or anything like that? We can just get shovels, but
Oh. I'll have to be honest with you. I wasn't expecting to dig today. I could
Neither was I.
potentially dig in the morning.
I mean, does it look like it'd be faster to do the floor? Actually, no. Smoothie wouldn't do it. Like any other character, he might, but he's not going to break something that doesn't belong to him. So he will basically just say, I think the thing we're looking for is under there, and I'm going to go ask for some shovels.
We could. The Celadox is like standing there with like her 6 blights behind her. Like all.
Yeah, can they get started?
It's like a fucking it's like hi ho vibes. That's what it is.
Can they get started? I'll get shovels for the rest of this.
Yeah. Well, but where do you want to? Through the floor? Or,
up and under. So gazebo's there, under.
All right. Well, guys. Yep. Twig. Yep. Don't poke your brother. We're gonna dig.
Is that his name?
Yes.
I thought you gave me a different. No, anyway.
Well, yeah, no, that's Twig, and that's
okay.
The other one. Dig.
That was
there.
Sprout. Yeah.
Sprout. Thanks.
Yes.
Yeah, Sprout. Don't poke your
Because
brother.
he has a Sprout. Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna go get shovels.
Oh, timber. Yeah, that's timber.
Timber is a new word that has
That's
not
a
been
new
involved.
name.
I know. It's just there's like all the others change.
Yeah.
Twig
Yeah,
is
yeah.
consistent, but all
Yeah.
the others are a different tree-themed thing every time.
And the blights do not care. Kindling. That's a bit of a mean one. So Smoothie goes to acquire some shovels. Where would Smoothie go to acquire shovels?
Probably to the Lord.
Alrighty, go to Dimitri's house.
Whose name? Dimitri. We couldn't remember his name, but basically, where can I find them? This is a place full of trees, so I assume they have.
Yeah,
tools.
there's definitely tools. And he says, "Oh, of course. Why do you need shovels?"
Well, as it turns out, half the reason we've been wandering around is looking for stuff, and we didn't look very well. There's something that we need here, which is where we were technically first when all this started.
Yes.
So I'm going to put it down to I was a little stressed at the time and just keep moving forward.
But what is it
You
you're
didn't
going
know
to
we
dig
needed
up?
it then.
Well, I don't actually. Well, it would say right because our translation of the Taroka didn't actually say what item equated to what, but by process of elimination, it would
Under
be
the
book.
grey skies, this pool in the north of the village. No. There was. Head to the west, find a pool blessed by the light of the white sun.
Yeah,
yeah,
so we know
is all you were
what's
read, yeah.
there. We know where it is, but we don't know what but the reading told us what. We didn't write that down as players.
Okay.
But by process of elimination, it would be the book. So shall we say that Smoothie just remembers? Or shall we
Smoothie
say
would
I
have
don't
to
know?
have assumed that it was the book, otherwise he wouldn't have been able to locate it.
It'll be something about Strahd. Something that he doesn't want us to know.
And where is it you're digging?
Under the gazebo. I'm not breaking anything. We're just making a tunnel.
Okay, be very careful. That gazebo is extremely fragile.
Yeah, we're not going anywhere near it. We're making a tunnel underneath.
I see. Very well. I would point out you've already toppled the big statue in it.
That wasn't me. I didn't do that.
He says he was like, just in the don't between you and I'm not that fussed as long as you leave it nicer than when you found it.
I think Irina could probably do that. Actually, Trish might be able to help with that as well. Just leave it with me. Yeah, if you really want.
Look, if it was all of a sudden not going to crumble down, people won't get upset about it. At the moment, it's something of a hazard. But those who are faithful want to pray, and
having nice things is nice.
this is
If
true.
we can make it nicer, why not do that?
Quite. And I want to be clear. When you find him, everything. So Kresk is a hub of activity right now. It's not normally. It's a pretty sleepy town, but everybody is out and about. He is when you find him, he is in the process. He's at the top of a ladder in the process of stringing up bunting. Yellow bunting. You will, of course, be staying around for the party this evening.
I didn't know there was one, but
There wasn't until an hour ago. And he gestures at the sky. And Smithy, you'd be aware this is a relatively common thing in
Yeah.
Yeah. When the sun comes out.
We wouldn't miss it.
Splendid. I saw Van Richten is leaving, but
Yeah,
the grumpy
but
old
you know,
bastard
he
was
can't.
never that much
yeah,
fun at the party.
He can't show that he enjoys himself. That would ruin his whole image.
Exactly. Yes, this is what I have always believed. I have to be careful my own self. Cool. Alrighty. You return with he manages to rustle you up 3 shovels as well. Selenox, can you please make me an athletics check on behalf of with advantage on behalf of your twig blights, using your stats, but it's effectively
they're
the
buff.
6 of them. Well, it's just
twig blight.
I viewed
27.
27. Yeah, with an 18
Using
and a 17.
Selenox's stats, these things are buff.
Well, that's because there are 6 of them. The 6 of them are equal to 1 Selenox, is my logic. So yeah, 27.
The last mission was digging for a thing, and now they're digging for a thing again. They're
very
good
good
at
at
digging for
this.
things.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. They the way they approach it is actually they don't sort of go and like dog paddle through the thing. It's more of a they go in and then they go and stand in the spot and then spread their roots out. And then the roots sort of contract around and then they just lift their feet up and walk the dirt away, trapped in their roots, and then just sort of let go of the stuff and come back and do it again. So there's this constant stream of twig blight just walking away from a progressively larger hole.
I brought. Oh, I'm like I imagine it's already halfway done by the time I come back.
It is for a. Is Selenox helping, or is she just standing on the side, like foremanning it,
She's
humming to
conducting.
themselves? Yeah. Cool. Smoothie, you can see that they have begun digging underneath. Well, you can all see. In fact, I think it would be Esmeralda and Trish who would notice the most. That as they begin to go underneath the structure, the floor does begin to sag. Like it's not looking too sturdy. Without the
I can
dirt
sort that out. I've got
Yep.
mending. I was going to start
Sure.
kind of trying to make it nicer anyway. This is the first time mending has ever come up. So I'm just like, yay! Like starting to kind of, make it a bit more stable. And I'll probably look at Trish and Esmeralda both and just go, so I'll probably say this to everyone. So there's a party, and since we're making this thing, this hole, maybe we can make this place look nice too. They're like putting up decorations and things. What do we think?
Sure, why not?
Yeah.
It's been ages since I've done any woodwork, to be honest.
Well, except
I'll
for 2
go
nights
get the
ago when you
timber.
repaired a staff.
Well, that doesn't really count.
Yeah.
Stops!
Which is, I imagine, the conductor's baton now. This unhealthy
good
looking
place
black
for-
stick.
Every time when they're like saying like oh yeah, I haven't done any woodwork. And then Ez says about going to get the timber. Selenox
Right.
is like trying to like block Twig's ears.
I think they'll be sensitive about stuff being made of wood. Cool. So Trish is keen to help. Basically, how do you all help as they keep... Basically, Selenox is going to dig it out. Well, the other three of you... Well, the other four of you, three of the four of you, I don't know, there's 5 of you. What are you all doing? How are you helping
stabilizing
or
it.
not helping? Yeah.
Yep.
So Smoothie is stabilizing the thing. Selenox is digging a hole. Diggy, diggy hole. Diggy, diggy hole.
Trish is not going to stand on anything, but she's gonna, I think, work on the railing from the outside and just scroungecraft to try and make that look a little nicer and more sturdy.
Sure. It reinforces the railing and also maybe a little, like, scrimshaw pattern in it sort of thing.
Yeah, a little bit of gilding.
And Ez is probably going to be partially in the tunnel, trying to stabilize in there with actual timber support.
So you're going to put buttresses in. Nice.
Nice.
Yeah.
Something to hold it up while we're in there.
You're also, like, right on the shore of a lake, too, so there is a fair amount of, like, a lake about to come in from the other direction. Yeah, so as Bishop Blood points out, sounds to me like a big old skill challenge. Can I get some... What skill would you be using? Smithy's using mending, so that would be... I want to say Arcana, but that doesn't sound fair to him, because he's shit at that. What else could it be? Could be sleight of hand?
Yeah, I'll accept that. Sure.
Yeah. Trish, what do you do?
Can it be sleight of hand?
Yeah, I'll allow sleight of hand for you. That makes sense. Yeah.
Stunning, because I'm great at it. I rolled a 6, which shakes out to a 20.
That's
I
all right.
rolled a 9.
Yeah, you rolled 1 point better than Smoothie. And Esmeralda, what are you doing?
Oh, that's a question. Is that dex or strength or?
What stat are you? What skill are you trying to use?
You're pretty smart. You're trying to buttress the tunnels. That sounds like it could be.
I'd allow a
investigation
straight
or-
intelligence. To like apply your mind to this.
That wants to roll. That would be fantastic. That is a 17.
17. Yeah. So a 9, a 20, and a 17 does beat the 45 that I had set in my head of the thing not falling down, but only just. You beat it by, I think, 1 point. So good. Yes, the thing doesn't fall down and ends up being slightly prettier. Selenox, one of the twig blights walks out of the hole that Esmeralda is frantically buttressing as they go, and really they are going as fast as she can go. Any faster, and she would not be able to keep up. And these guys wouldn't mind getting wet at all. One of them comes out with in their hands a leather-bound book with, it's got metal clasps and a metal spine. So the whole thing is... No, that's all right. You'd have had proficiency with it, so that tracked. It's got a metal spine, and it's a book. It's wrapped in brown cloth, like in sackcloth. As soon as it hands it to you, you find this book that is labeled the Tome of Strahd.
Is this what we're looking for?
Is it a big book?
It is a book, yeah. Oh, it says
Okay.
the Tome of Strahd.
Sounds right.
Tracks.
Looks can read.
Act more surprised, Esmeralda. Jesus.
I can't read.
I just thought most of the party could not.
I feel like Irina can read.
One would hope.
Turns out, actually, she's a sorcerer. It's just random scribbles. She's just pretending to be a wizard.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or just pictures.
So, what do I do with the book?
Well,
I
it's
imagine
locked.
we open it.
Oh,
It's locked.
what kind of lock is it?
It would take a small key. It is an iron lock binding two halves of the covers together.
And
Do you want me to take a look at it?
So
give it a go.
here on. I mean, this is a book of Strahd too. Yes.
And any sort of like weird feeling or anything when because I'm imagining that the blight just like thrust it into Selenox's hands before she could think about touching it.
Yeah.
Was there anything that
Insight me.
before I hand it to someone else?
Yeah. Valid.
Inside?
Yes.
Dirty 20.
Ooh. Yeah. Nice. It does feel a bit. There's a lot around you that feels a bit wacky at the moment. The feeling is this book and the staff in your hand have a sort of magnetic attraction to each other.
Mm-hmm.
It's not hard. It's like the magnets are a couple of feet apart. You barely notice the pull, but you do feel it. And yeah, I think that's what you get.
If I hold it towards Trish, do I feel any sort of resistance or anything?
Oh, as in the book doesn't want to go there. No.
Okay. And Trish then?
Trish is going to do a quick magical awareness because she wants to know if it's going to explode in her face if she tries to unlock it.
She's learning. Yes, do so.
I do. What do I know?
There is some very faint residual magic about this, but in terms of actual sort of magical properties, it doesn't really possess any. It was, I suppose, you can sense the feelings of a creature, of an evil creature, because that's what it is. The book that Strahd poured all of his thoughts into. It's his diary, essentially, and so whilst it does not possess any magical properties in and of itself, it does contain an awful lot of just nasty thoughts. So it doesn't feel nice, but magical per se, not really. So again,
Not for me.
for different reasons, you get a similar vibe off it to what Selenox got.
Right. Okay. Well, gross but not dangerous. I'm going to try and pick this lock.
Very well. You do that.
Guys, Twig, I think you can stop now.
Please make me a nature check, Selenox.
Oh,
23 to pick the lock.
17 for nature.
17. The guys do stop instantly.
Thanks.
In motion. They just cease.
Oh, you can come back out as well.
You may want to fill the hole in before too long as well. Cool. You do that. So yeah, Trish, you pop the lock. It's not an easy lock. It takes you a couple of minutes. You probably have to sit down and sort of get your tools out. But yeah, eventually it does pop open. The paper within is very old, sort of very, the kind of book you'd probably see in a museum behind a glass case. You need the sort of the white gloves to view properly, because the ink, because the sort of the grease in your fingertips would probably be bad for the paper. That sort of old. Though it has not been cared for particularly well, and it seems to be doing so reasonably well despite that. So yeah,
I'm going to sort of let it fall open, like to where it naturally opens without touching the page, and just have a read.
Very well then. You do that. Surprising Esmeralda by your ability to do so. You open the book and have a read. Amusingly, it's really hard. Partially because Strahd writes in a very old-fashioned way. As it is printed in the book, and there is a passage from it printed in the book, it's fucking hard to read because the font they used is like an S, an F, a D, and an A are all the bloody same.
It's bad. It's not great.
It was an interesting choice. I was like, eventually I just Googled it and I found a copy that wasn't
A better handout. Yeah.
Yeah.
And Trish, perusing through it, you find most of it is not legible, really. A lot of it is sort of written in almost like a thieves' cant would be your experience with it. Like, these are words, but they're not they don't mean what I think they're intended to mean. This is someone's private code to themselves. That, coupled with the fact that it is like reading 17th century, like reading the Canterbury Tales in the original context. It's really hard to make sense of it. So you're reading effectively an older version of the same language you're speaking, and also in cipher. But you do find a couple of bits that make sense, that you're able to make out. More recent entries toward the back. The last 40-odd pages have not been filled. And it's not like Dear Diary, but it is very clearly entries in a sort of a life story. And I'm going to send you the last major entry that one can actually figure the fuck out, which is the one I struggled to read. So you can have a peruse of it. I will send it in the Discord. In fact, I will put it up in the group Discord because I imagine the information will become... it's too big for a single message. That's very unhelpful. There you go. I imagine the information will be shared. Indeed, if Smoothie asks any question, I imagine Trish will read it out loud.
Could you please read it out loud?
Ready? I am the ancient. I am the land. My beginnings are lost in the darkness of the past. This guy's a douchebag. Oh my god. Okay. I was the warrior. I was good and just. Debatable. I thundered across the land and like the wrath of a just god, but the war years and the killing years wore down my soul as the wind wears stone to sand. Wah, wah, wah. All goodliness slipped from my life. I found my youth and strength gone, and all I had left was death. My army settled in the valley of Burrowvia and took power over the people in the name of a just deity, but with none of a deity's grace or justice. I called for my family, long unseated from their ancient thrones, and brought them here to settle in the castle Ravenloft. They came with younger brother of mine, Sergei. He was handsome and youthful. I hated him for both, and hated myself for the hate. Trisha's gonna shut the book real quick. I think this man needed help. And I think I need a few drinks before I can stomach the rest of this.
Aaron?
Selenox pulls out her flask.
I mean, let's get it over with so we can actually enjoy our evening.
Okay. Trish takes a swig and continues to read. From the families of the valley, one spirit shone above all others, a rare beauty who was called perfection, joy, and treasure. Her name was Titiana, and I longed for her to be mine. I loved her with all my heart. I loved her for her youth. I loved her for her joy. But she surprised me. Old One was my name to her, elder and brother also. Her heart went to Sergei. They were betrothed. I gave my blessing, and I tried to be happy for them. The date was set. With words she called me brother, but when I looked into her eyes, they reflected another name, death. It was the death of the aged that she saw in me. She loved her youth and enjoyed it, but I had squandered mine. The death she saw in me turned her from me. And so I came to hate death, my death. My hate is very strong. I would not be called death so soon. I made a pact with death, a pact of blood. On the day of the wedding, I killed Sergei, my brother. My pact was sealed with his blood. I found Titiana weeping in the garden east of the chapel. She fled from me. She would not let me explain, and a great anger swelled within me. She had to understand the pact I made for her, for us. I pursued her. Finally, in despair, she flung herself from the walls of Ravenloft, and I watched everything I ever wanted fall from my grasp forever. It was 1,000 feet through the mist. No trace of her was ever found. Not even I know her final fate. Arrows from the castle guards pierced me to my soul, but I did not die, nor did I live. I became undead forever. I have studied much since then. Vampire is my new name. I still lust for life and youth, and I curse the living that took them from me. Even the sun is against me. It is the sun and its light I fear most, but little else can harm me now. Even a stake through my heart does not kill me, though it holds me from movement. But the sword, that cursed sword that Sergei brought, I must dispose of that awful tool. I fear and hate it as much as the sun. I have often hunted for Titiana. I have even felt her within my grasp, but she escapes. She taunts me. She taunts me. What will it take to bend her love to me? I now reside below Ravenloft. I live among the dead and sleep beneath the very stones of this hollow castle of despair. I shall seal shut the walls of the stairs, and none may disturb me.
Wow. Well,
Oh, we really need to kill this guy.
Esmeralda, I guess we learned that staking him isn't just going to do the job.
I already figured as much.
Not on its own.
But it sounds like he lives in the basement. That's helpful.
Crypt, yeah. And the card said that's where we'd meet him at the final battle.
You do not
That
go
mean,
up the tower, you go down.
Does that mean we might be able to find the other stuff in the tower with less, just like, if he's in the basement, the rest of the tower might be easier to get into?
Well, just because we're supposed to meet him when we fight doesn't mean he'll be there when we go in. It's just where he'll be when we're ready. But, I mean, Ez might know Vistani stuff better than me, but it's a little fuzzy on the details. After all we know is that the other thing we're looking for is in a barrel of wine. It could be anywhere. I mean, in the castle, sure, but it's probably in the castle. I'm probably just in denial. Anyway. Irina?
Yeah.
Are you okay?
How's she reacting?
Irina she was listening to all that. And she's just kind of letting it soak in. And I think she'll just say, I mean, it's nothing we don't already know. He's dreadful. But it wasn't me he's talking about, so why would I be worried?
Is she still in there?
Is who in there?
And Smithy kind of realizes that maybe the dots haven't connected yet. Sergei, he said he missed you, but not you. Do you remember that?
Yes, I remember.
But you're a stranger to him, so who would he be talking to?
You know. We all know. Look at my face.
Okay. I didn't mean to upset you. I'm sorry.
It's all right. I shouldn't have snapped. Sorry.
Look, we got what we needed here. The sun's out. Why don't we just... I know it's weird to say in this place, but why don't we actually have a good time for once?
Yes, I think that's a good idea.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna keep making this gazebo look nice. Whoever wants to help can, and I'll meet you later for those who are leaving. I'll see you in the there is no drinking hole in Kresk, so I guess
There's an inn.
out on the street.
There's a Kresk inn.
In, right.
But it will be a street party. Yeah, you would have seen tables being lined up.
Yeah.
Like they're going to do it's a big one. This is the festival. Might happen all the time in Valakai, but this is a once in every decade or so
Actual relevant festival as opposed to
party.
denial festivals. Yeah.
Yeah. Very well. It's about 3:30, 4 o'clock in the afternoon. Ironically, they would probably have the party as the sun is setting, to celebrate its going and give thanks for its coming, and because while it's out, they want to be doing stuff, not celebrating it being out. So you've got about an hour or so before the party would begin. Smoothie's going to spend that sort of restoring the gazebo a little bit, maybe putting the statue back. Just saying.
Yeah, I can do that. I mean, probably wouldn't be too difficult to do. Just fly it up.
If you can lift it, it's a life-size statue made of wood. So yeah, I just said like he's not the strongest boy, but he isn't super weak.
I'm an average takes me most of the hour.
Yeah, the trick is it's wooden, so it would be floating. But it's now also a little bit waterlogged, so it's probably fairly heavy. So what would the rest of you be doing in the afternoon times?
We're gonna fill in the hole.
Yep. So we being Selenox and the Treebelites.
Yeah, mostly the tree bullets, but yes.
Krish is going to help with the restoration project. Still a bit cautious about stepping in the center, but she's gonna get her woodwork on.
Yeah.
And Irina is gonna go find somewhere sunny, maybe on the other side of the lake, not out of sight, but private. She's just gonna sunbathe and write in her notebook.
Very well. Ez?
At this point, Ez is probably going to go find up her cart and make sure she's able to move it somewhere appropriate so that it's not in the way of their festivities that will be going on.
Yep. Yeah, it's not overly difficult, but yeah, you take it around the side and park it up. Dimitri offers you the use of his paddock to let the horse have a bit of a free time. Yeah, not an overly complicated thing. Esmeralda, You have some infusions, and I'm actually not sure if you've used many of them. What would you do that also?
Probably. Probably time.
Yeah. What kind of thing would you make?
That is a good question.
Because you've got your walking cannon that doesn't necessarily follow you everywhere, but it follows you most places.
Just in case I want to blow shit up.
Yeah.
Not stab stuff, for once. God. That is a good question.
That is a different kind of roleplay, Bishop Blood. I don't need to go into that much detail normally. Though there is an excellent example in Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy about why we don't write like that. Like, it was like Arthur Dent got up. He went to the bathroom and brushed his teeth. He brushed 17 times on the left-hand side before switching to the right-hand side and brushing a further 15 times. He then went to the toilet. It's sort of, we don't do that because it's A, very boring, and B, a bit gross.
Yes, I would like my fantasy without all of the human elements. Thank you.
Yeah. I didn't come here to have a fantasy about being a normal person.
Flips bat today.
Yeah, exactly.
What do I do?
A wizard bat who knows magic and stuff. Cool. Towards sort of an hour or so later, the place is looking significantly more spruced up while Esmeralda does her has a quick look through. All of the handrails have had. Trish, what kind of carvings have you been putting into the handrails? This is an Ardea shrine, but it doesn't have to be relevant to that.
Oh, Ardea. What's Ardea's vibe again?
She's sun. She is the sun.
Sun. Okay. I think.
And the mummy.
At the joint of each post, I do like a little sunburst, and then along the edges, like creeping vines and flowers, like they're flourishing from her light.
Yep, love it.
Yeah.
Cool. Esmeralda's work on the underneath means the floor is very stable in here again, finally. And Selenox improves that situation by filling in the hole underneath. Smoothie, what additions do you make to the structure, visual and aesthetically?
I don't really think he would be talented enough to really do much. I think he would just be glad for the quiet and enjoys the quiet. I don't know if Trish would instruct them. I assume so, because it's not necessarily his bag, but basically just being useful. And yeah, I don't necessarily think he would have the ability to kind of like artistic touch, but like he drinks in the peace of the moment, and maybe not Trish smiling, you tell me, Rage, but it's certainly Trish concentrating on something.
Definitely happy. She loves a bit of woodworking. She likes making things.
And that's enough for him.
Co-working spaces exist for a reason. It is really nice to just work in the presence of somebody else who is also working, doing something similar, but you can be alone and together at the same time. Karen, it's also
just, there's something to be said about witnessing somebody do what they do the best, which seems to be Trish with scratch crafting. And so that's a pleasant memory he will try and drink in and lock in.
I dead set think when we created these characters in the first place, if Artificer had been an option, I reckon Rach might well have gone that for Trish instead of the rogue that we got, because you picked this class, you picked Mapatch for scratch crafting, didn't you?
Yeah, I thought it was so cool.
But this started before Eberron came out. Not much before, actually. It came out about like a year after. We were like, fuck.
And
cool.
thank goodness, because what an amazing,
then we have
ridiculous
we have a
amount
really
of damage giving.
Yeah, well, there is that.
Character
And also,
we ended up with.
We've got a totally serviceable other artificer in the party now as well, who is doing what exactly?
Who is infusing to make a cloak of protection.
Ooh.
That's a good idea. She's quite squishy. Yeah. Smart.
So are certain other people in the party.
Ah. Even better. Cool. Alrighty. Esmeralda, you're pulled off the road, down the side a little bit. Everybody, there is very much a carnival atmosphere around you. And again, I reckon it's probably quite nice to just see people being happy while you're working. How do you go about making a cloak of protection for yourself or someone else?
That's a very good question.
On your cart of wonders.
Well, I guess she's just going to find some decent material. I've assumed she's probably got some in storage somewhere that'll be semi-decent, and I guess she'll just start working on it. Probably just touching it with her hands, trying to make sure that the infusion is like layered, not too thick on any one area, so it's all nice and spread out. Just touching it, running it through her fingers to make sure it's all where it needs to be, and it's just going to give this lovely little sheen to the material that'll disappear once she finishes.
Yes. You can at level 10, Ryuji the Gun Mage. There's an awful lot of level 10 Artificer is allowed to make. It's why we push that high without multiclassing. Fools! Multiclassing fools! I'm the king of multiclassing, no judgment here.
Not just sitting on my homunculus servant or anything.
I do like the idea that the cannon is probably small enough that she could ride it. Or is large enough, right, that she probably could ride it. And Selenox has conducted the blights to fill the hole in. Probably took no more than half an hour. What would Selenox have been doing during that time?
After they finish filling in the hole, Selenox is gonna... She'd probably see if Smoothie needs a hand in terms of like lifting up or whatever, and do a quick lift with the help of the blights. Like so after watching...
Hold him?
Yeah, like maybe watch him for a while and then just kind of like get the 6 blights to just like pluck, like lift him and the statue.
Starts doing Ardea handing down, doing a Sistine Chapel on the inside of the roof. Ardea reaching out for some humble folk. Cool. Glorious. Well then, the party erupts around 6 p.m. You hear a group of enthusiastic, though not necessarily talented musicians strike up from the town, wherever you are scattered around it. Irina, your meditations, do you want to share a little bit about them? Like, what would you have been thinking about? Just sitting, being in the sun.
She's just enjoying the warmth that she very seldom feels. And she is determined not to think about the things she just heard from the diary, and she's doing her own thing. She's been writing an entry in her little travel log about the zombies that they fought earlier and their weaknesses and all of her observations. And she's not thinking about Strahd. She's keeping her journal.
Love it. Alrighty, yeah, well, the band starts up, and a party is very much in motion. It seems centered, basically, it is, the party is between the Burgermeister's house. He doesn't live in a mansion. Kresk is not a wealthy place, and the Kresk Inn, so it's about 150 meters of the town's main drag has just been decked out for a party. About halfway up, a small stage has been raised, and a half dozen musicians, like 2 fiddles, an accordion, a pipe, and there's a cello, but and a harpsichord. It's a random assortment of instruments, and they're basically just playing the classics, the ones that you like to dance to. Someone else has a tambourine, and yeah, there is children are running around like it's the best day ever, because any kid below the age of 8 has never seen this before. So yeah, until Smoothie went to Humblewood the first time, he had not. So it was probably a nasty surprise. Irina would have seen it twice. Irina, sitting in the sun, I'll just go back to that very briefly. You feel the side of your neck not burning, but just the heat is especially warm on the side of your neck. And you feel, like hot stone massage? That kind of thing. Like, it actually lets the stress out a little bit. Your shoulders drop another inch, and you find it easier to focus on what you're doing and not the things that Trish read out loud. Yeah. So dances happen on the semi-regular. A fair amount of reasonably fancy food has been prepared. The Burgermeister has opened his larder to share, basically. And the Kresk Inn is... It would seem they're doing a one payment gets you the whole night sort of deal. Everybody puts in... It's 5 silver pieces and drink until you drop.
It's a bottomless.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
And yeah, so booze is flowing very freely, which is actually rather bold because it's not super easy to acquire. And the wine is already running close to dry. Because the vineyard has not been producing of late.
We need wine?
How do you spend your night? Oh, you can turn water to it, can you?
No, I have wine. I brought a bunch from Humblewood.
Oh!
Nice.
Yeah, Smoothie, you picked up... I wouldn't say you can carry more than a case, but yes, all right. In fact,
Yeah.
Cases.
I'd say about 6 bottles.
6 bottles is, yeah.
And I would also, I think at this point, if it's okay for me to just jump in, I would just go, I also, I know what Trish liked, but I didn't, sorry, Trish, it's probably cold by now, but, and I start laying out basically like a spread of stuff. That's what I spent most of my money on. So like it's lucky we got a chance to use it because it's nice and fresh now. Sal, I think I saw you liking jerky and things like that. So I got you I put like a whole chicken out there and just and it's like a picnic spread.
But it's all Humblewood original food.
Yeah.
It is bug steak and bug jerky and things like stuff that
Right.
a Burrowvian would go,
yeah.
oh, weird. But a Humblewoodian would go, oh, heck yeah.
Stick to the veggies, this bits. Yeah. But actually, it's not that bad if you just avoid the antenna. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh,
Big
it's my
bacon.
favorite. Thanks, kid.
I didn't realize how much I missed bug steak until this very moment. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Bug steak with a side of cold as shit mashed potato, but still nice,
Yeah, but it's got the gravy in it. It's like that.
Delicious.
It's like
That being
mashed potatoes and gravy on the inside,
That being said, Trish, it is hung, drawn, and quartered mash, which is good mash. It's not mum's mash, but it's good mash.
Excellent. Excellent.
You can put it over a fire too, if you really
I was
want
about to
to
say,
warm
I'm
it up.
like, surely there's a spell for that. Like, can you warm shit with prestidigitation?
It's just like, no time.
So yeah, I suppose the question goes, how did y'all spend your evening at a party dedicated to Ardea, the sun goddess? In a place that does not normally have parties. Selenox, you recognize a one-eyed raptor man dancing on the dance floor.
That's for later.
Without got me. What the fuck?
I got a 7 for his performance. So again, it is enthusiastic, but like he knows he's not a very good dancer as well. He is aware of it, and there are enough other people out there who are also sucking at this that he is just like, no, that's fine. That's what you do at this party, right? And you get the look from him of come, dance. In fact, he doesn't just look, he says it. You wanted to see if I have moves.
Well, I suppose at least one of us can look good out there. And yeah, she goes in there.
Oh, you weren't that bad.
Yeah, I probably do dance well. I don't know. I might not. Can I roll a performance? Yeah,
you fucking can. I would have expected nothing else. 14. Yeah, 14. You dance twice as good as he does.
Twice as good.
Please describe your dancing.
My dancing.
Yeah.
Oh, it's so lame. she's
probably.
So she's dancing like she does like I guess like a jig, but there's like at least 2 twigs behind her doing like the echo moves. So like that when she goes forward, they go back, and then like we like switch around. So it ends up
you're doing a musical. That's good.
Yeah. It's like a flash mob.
It's not break dancing. It'll be a bit too stiff for that.
You've got a helmet. They could spin you on your head.
Thanks for the biddies, by the way. Didn't see those. Excellent. So Esmeralda, Selenox invents b-boy dancing in Burrowvia, enthusiastically encouraged on by Yevgeny. What does Esmeralda do once she's finished caressing magic into fabric? I should stress. The twig jig. Yes, Cal, that is what it is.
So good.
Fantastic. Ez is probably just going to find somewhere nice to sit down and watch. She does not participate in these sorts of things usually. She's not big on religion, so this is not something she would necessarily want to celebrate right now. She does like the sun, but not that much. Most of her best work is done at night, of course. So yeah, she's just gonna watch the kids have fun, I guess.
Love it. Yeah, I think that would probably be the thing that resonates with us the most is, the kids, particularly in this neck of the woods, are kept indoors quite a lot. Like, they are trained one-on-one by their parents in their trade as they get older, but that'll be in their teens. And their youth, the children, are kept in and around the house. You rarely see more than a half dozen in any one place. Yet, there are about 40 running around. The equivalent would be Christmas. If Christmas only came once a decade, sort of thing. Like, present giving doesn't really happen, but party atmosphere doesn't happen either. So this is really a change for them. And yeah, they absolutely just each of them has been given a yellow streamer. There is something like a maypole situation, but the streamers it has are all yellow, obviously, and it is quite a complicated set of patterns stuff are made with it, and the children are sort of taught the dances that go into it, and yeah, is Santa a servant? I think so. Yes, he'd have to be, right? I know. Well, the thing is, in this canon, Bishop Blood, Dolph is one of his reindeer. And he is canonically a member, he is canonically from this Humblewood. So, yeah. he doesn't live there, but he does come back there semi-regularly. So I think Santa is technically a human, or adjacent, in this setting. No, he is very polite unless he's angry, Cal. Dolph the Red is a lovely man, loves children. What is Smoothie doing?
Oh, man. I don't know. I feel like he would probably go towards Esmeralda.
Mm-hmm.
And he would just kind of go up and say, we just kind of met you, and you were already doing all this stuff before, but I don't think we ever thanked you for throwing in your lot with us. I appreciate it. And I'm gonna go dance. I know you don't normally, so that's why I'm asking. Because it'd be cool. But you don't have to. But it'd be neat.
Can't be worse than Yevgeny.
That's true. The bar is set.
Thank you for the thank you. But
Yeah.
you do not need to thank me when really I was doing the same thing you were. We just happened to do the same thing in the same place. For the first. I may actually like you guys a little more now.
Well, how about you do me a favor and you take it anyway?
I will take it, but I will not dance. I do not dance. Dancing does not happen with me. If you ever see me dancing, you did not.
Oh, is that? Hang on, no, I can help you there. Hang on. If they don't see you, does that help?
Casts Otto's irresistible dance on Esmeralda.
And bonus points. It's only for a minute. Yes.
I will do one twirl.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I will cast greater invisibility on her and let her do whatever she wants.
Single spin. That's it.
Smithy, you can
I
see
have
on the in the dirt on the ground, you see basically the footprints. One of them just rotates.
I think I'd be holding her hands if it's all the same.
Oh yeah, no, all right. Love
Yeah.
that even more.
Yeah.
Yeah. I much prefer that. So Smoothie
yeah.
looks like a bit of a tool because he's just twirling no one, and then stops.
I mean, what's new?
Yeah.
Once she's had enough, then I'll just get into my own thing and get lost in the ritual of what he was taught, because dance is very important to him.
Very well.
I'm gonna send him some twig backup dancers.
Oh, nice.
There'd be a lot of clearing of the dance floor then, because I imagine Vistani dancing is quite chaotic. There's a lot of twirling.
I think
They'll just frame you.
I think Burrowvian dancing is very much is like influenced by Vistani culture as well. Though I think there's a fair amount of bleed.
That makes sense.
Yeah, I think that you're getting a fair amount of that anyway. The music is absolutely inspired by that. Yeah. What is Trish doing?
Trish is determined to have a decent time and also determined not to stray too far from the group. So she'll dance, and we're going to decide right now whether or not she sucks at it. Let me roll this performance.
+7. Yes, she does.
fucking rolls at it.
Trish
is
like
great.
many things, she's great. Yeah. She's extremely dexterous, quite fit, and
graceful as fuck. So she dances with the group.
Dmitry Kreskov seeks specific permission from Anna Kreskov to engage you for a dance, which she graciously gives him, because Anna does not dance, nor does she particularly care to.
Oh, there you
but
go.
Dmitri,
Esmeralda got a friend.
And Dmitri knew that when he got into this, but he does fucking love to dance. And there is a young and vivacious Mapatch woman on the dance floor who is fully aware that he is entangled, but he is still able to ask to dance. And I will roll for him now. And that is the dice doing some excellent storytelling. Because the guy hasn't danced in a few years, and he got a 5. However...
Trish will share. She'll share a couple of platonic dances with him, and it's mostly him swaying and her just like zipping around him.
I'm
but
gonna...
yeah, it's fun.
Yeah, I love that.
The real Elves does not dance. There is just too much chance I lose other leg.
Oh, my back, my poor aching back. Exactly. It's a shame. I should have taken Bishop Blood's 14. But no, I'm going to keep with what I rolled. Actually, you know what? I have a DM's inspiration, and I really want him to be a good dancer. Yeah, there we go.
Yes.
He got a 15. There you go. He's not amazing, but he is pretty fucking good. He probably was
Snaps his
excellent.
back into place.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah.
The first dance is iffy, as if he's like a snowboarder who hasn't for a while. And then he comes to it and he's like, oh, no, here we go, I remember. Then they strike up a tune he knows. And he's like, this one, better song. Let us try again, my dear. And the two of you dance up a fucking storm.
Nice.
Irina, how do you spend your afternoon, evening?
Irina is going to slowly nurse like about 2 glasses of wine over the whole night.
Uh-huh.
She's going to find a spot to just, in view of the music, to watch. And if anyone talks to her, she'll chat, but she's just going to observe pleasantly.
Sure.
Yeah.
Wallflower
vibes.
Dead set. Anna Kreskov would approach her and sit and say, I come to talk to you while my husband makes an ass of himself. If you don't
From
mind.
what I understand of husbands, they have to do that from time to time.
I believe it is part of the deal, yes. It was certainly in our vows. As was the fact that I do not. Again, no, I don't actually think she would even say that. When was the last time you saw the sun, my dear?
I was a child. I remember it. I was hiking with my father, which we did quite often. We'd been deep in the woods, and something changed in the light. And my father, he rushed to finish the hike, and I didn't understand why. But we needed to get out from beneath the trees. And when we did, well, then I understood. It was beautiful.
It is. So what is it you... no, she would say, I think the first time I saw it was the day after my father brought me here to wed the Burgermeister. I am fortunate, I know. Arranged marriages are often not the happiest ones, but I found in him someone I could deeply admire as well as like. An admiration and kindness became love. It was very fortunate. And it felt silly that she approved. What did you do? The 5 of you. And that mad old fool Van Richten.
We helped an old friend go home.
Oh. You don't want to stay here. Lovely though it is to have you, I would suggest you stay on the move. This will draw him like a moth to a flame.
I've been stationary for too long. And I want to see more of Burrowvia anyway.
Yeah. She says, there he is. Finished. Good. Perhaps I can bring you a drink and then leave you to your peace.
Another wine would be lovely. Thank you.
She gets up, sauces you another beverage, and then leaves you to your peace. The wine that Smoothie brings is very well received by the populace. Selenox's Dancing Up a Storm is received very well as well. Generally very impressed, everybody. Trish and the Burgermeister, everyone's like, this woman, she can stay. Selenox, at one point in the evening, a couple of small children arrive and ask for a piggyback on the trees. Ask if it's okay to climb them, and yeah.
Twig, do you mind if they want to have a ride on your back? Is that
Twig? Like all the tree blights, is incapable of expressing emotions one way or t'other. So
The
if you
fact
tell
that
him to,
Selenox keeps checking in
it's so lovely.
is why we love her.
Yes. So Selenox, given that he cannot have an opinion on this, you determine that he doesn't. Very quickly, or in fact that he assents. He basically, when you ask, the twig blight bows. Yeah, pun. And thank you. It wasn't intentional, and I saw it as I was doing it. Yeah, it bends over, and 2 of the children climb into it, and it's very Merry and Pippin riding Treebeard as this thing marches around through the village, and eventually they form a sort of bizarre conga line with each twig blight carrying at least one child, swaying roughly in time to the music, the children just roaring with laughter. It's the best time. It's a rudimentary train, yeah, towards the evening. Sorry, Karen.
I don't know what. I mean, Selenox is going to say to Yevgeny, she's like, I don't know what they like yet, but they're getting some of that. They're doing a good job.
Where did you find these things? And you two, I presume, are very in your cups at this point. There has been is Selenox holding back with the drinking?
Oh, nah, not really, nah.
No, I didn't think so. In fact, that's a valid question for all of you. Ez, would you be partaking?
Minimally, yes.
Minimally? Okay. Smoothie?
Yeah, he would. I don't think he has enough experience to know what enough is.
Fair enough. Yeah. Good description there. Yeah.
Yeah.
And Irina isn't drinking much. Is Trish?
Yeah, Trish she's feeling the party vibes, and she can hold her drink, so she's having a few, getting a bit fun.
Excellent. Yeah, so Selenox is indulging. Yeah, and Yevgeny would he has been matching you drink for drink all evening. He's in his cups. He says, "Where did you acquire these things?"
They were at the winery. The Wizard of Wise.
The vine, yes.
Yeah, that one.
And they just said, "You know what? We're going to hang out with Selenox." Well, of course, why not?
I mean, I've got that way about me.
You do. I know exactly how they feel. In fact, I would like to know more. Is the smoothest he could be.
It's not bad. Pretty good. Probably work on me.
I mean, how do you control their wood?
Oh shit! No, you were doing well, mate.
About 8 o'clock that evening, as the sun is properly set and the children have been ushered away to bed, massively excited, but they are going to bed, if not to sleep. The wine begins to run out. However, fortunately, around about that time, a small group descends from the abbey, led by the abbot. A little man follows along behind him with a leg that has one leg is significantly thicker than the other, and he has two heads. And grasped in his arms, one of which is that of a crab, is a crate of wine. Probably 24 bottles, actually. And walking beside the abbot in a gorgeous red dress that Trish finds very familiar is a rather stunning Terran lady. And the abbot smiles to everybody. He's like, "Ardea be upon you today, and Ardea be upon you this blessed day. How are we? It's lovely to see everyone celebrating. Marvelous, isn't it? Absolutely. Burgermeister, I bring a gift to celebrate this glorious day. For my own stocks, I believe there has been a disruption in the wine of late, and I don't want anyone to go short on my account. So he gifts the village enough to keep on going. We came to partake of the festivities as well, if you'll have us." And Dimitri is, like, I think most of the party has sort of stopped in observation of this. Wherever the abbot goes, so too does light. Generally, he kind of emits it a bit. And Dimitri says, "Of course, all are welcome at the Festival of Ardea. And your beautiful accomplice should grace the dance floor." Yes, that is actually what I was hoping. I know of your ability in the dance of old, and I wondered if you would... I am 2 left claws myself. Would you, perchance, be prevailed upon to educate my young friend? And if Veriska, who is the lady, turns to Dimitri and says, "We would be very grateful." And Dimitri says, "I, of course, can take the lady out for a spin." So, can I have a couple of rolls in chat for Dmitry Kreskov's attempt to teach the flesh golem to dance? Exclamation mark roll space performance, please. Or just a d20. That's a 5 from Terrace. I do apologize. Exclamation mark roll. Just exclamation mark performance. I don't know. There we are. Sorry, Ewok rule. Yes. My bad. Just performance. A 7? Yeah, not amazing. Okay. Yeah. Something about this woman makes it real hard to dance with. Can I get... would anybody assist?
I do have... How bad did they get?
You've met this woman before.
Yeah.
I think Smoothie is, the only one who has, though. I think it was Helvig and Smoothie.
Yeah, okay. How... what was the number for the dancing?
7.
And what's the modifier? If you don't mind me asking.
Dimitri would have a +2 at best.
+2? Okay. I mean, let's make it a 13. He can have my 11. I cast Invoke Amaranthine before.
Oh, okay. Alrighty, so a 13. Alright, he does okay. He's initially struggling, and Smoothie could see this, and sort of, buffs him a little bit with a bit of magic. Esmeralda, you are aware of this creature too, and you know exactly what it is. Strong undead vibes from it. Here's the thing, Bishop Blood. She looks really good. She is a very attractive Terran woman to look at. There is nothing off visually. But, well, until she moves or talks or does anything, really. She moves with an eerie efficiency. And the music sort of picks up. You feel a sort of friction in the air. The musicians sort of catch that Dimitri's having a bit of a struggle. And Irina, please make me an Arcana check.
Okay.
As the musicians sort of pick it up to try and assist the Burgermeister in this bizarre task the abbot has given him, and he's sort of doing everyone a solid. And they pick up the pace, which allows him to dance a little bit more vigorously. And Irina, the musicians did not do this out of altruism or the feeling that the Burgermeister needed it. They just sort of did it. They have been mechanically bewitched or charmed to pick the pace up.
Can I tell who did that? Do I get a sense?
Irina, you have sensed this exact being's magic before.
I'm going to cast Disguise Self on myself.
To look like?
To look like...
a different Terran woman, or are you going further this time?
This time, I think I'm going to go for... an elderly... servine man. Yep.
An elderly servant man. I love it. Don't look like the Flesh Golem Erok rule. That would be the worst choice you could possibly make. Very well. Yes, the music intensifies. I think Smoothie, you would also... In fact, Smoothie and Esmeralda would probably have a vague sense of this. Ez is very attuned to this sort of exact thing. Make an Arcana check as well, the two of you.
Precious house has one music on.
20 from Ez. Yeah, Ez definitely notices as well. Smoothie may
Like
not.
I wasn't bad enough. I'm drunk, man. I'm rolling at disadvantage.
Oh, wow. It's fine. Yeah, Smoothie is not bothered by it at all. Esmeralda, yeah.
Oh no, I'm into it. Okay, cool. Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah, oh yeah, no, it sounds great. The dance increases in pace. The golem appears to be really getting into it as well, and the torches sort of flutter and flicker for a moment, and then something swoops down into the scene, and dancing with Iriska in the center of the dance floor is not Dmitry Kreskov. He is standing next to Esmeralda, looking a little baffled. And instead, a handsome Terran man is tearing up the dance floor with her. Yes, and she is moving very well to him, and everybody else goes quiet but for the band, who are just getting faster and faster, their feet tapping, a lot of members of the crowd are sort of clapping along with it, but it's the sort of similar to Selenox's twig blights, the mechanical movements, the all in tune. It's all glory to the hypnotoad. Everyone is sort of clapping in time to the music, but it's too good, it's too precise. It's not the organic of just a little bit off. Sometimes people can't keep a beat. As this handsome man in a red cloak swirls and twirls this gorgeous Terran woman in a red dress to the beat of this tune. Do you have anything you want to do?
How far away is Ez from Irina?
Irina is nowhere to be seen unless Esmeralda... I mean, Esmeralda would have known where she was, but where Irina was sitting about 30, 40 feet away. That'd be reasonable to say, Irina? Probably not too far away, just far enough away to not be easily... Not in things, but not out of things either. Where she was sitting, now an elderly servant man is sitting, who you do not recognize, but they are in the same pose as Irina was less than 2 minutes ago, the last time you checked on her.
I'm assuming Ez has probably seen Van Richten do similar before, so she's probably all over that is most likely Irina, yes?
Yeah.
Cool, she's going to walk towards Irina with her newfound cloak.
Ooh.
Right, you do that. And the abbot is applauding as the music draws to an end. Selenox, Trish, Irina, Smoothie, what do you do? Anything?
Are there are the children still in the twigs?
The children have been put to bed about half an hour before.
Okay. Selenox is gonna as soon as he shows up, she's gonna look around for Smoothie, and seeing Smoothie like that, Selenox is gonna find the closest barrel of water or some such,
and drown him.
To do a quick dunk.
Very well. Yeah.
Who is Trish closest to?
Probably. I'm going to say you're standing with Dimitri and Anna.
Oh, of my squad.
Oh, of your squad? Your call. This was, wherever you want to be.
She's probably going to see what's going on with Smoothie and Selenox, stealth her way over there to assist with the sobering up.
Very well. Very well.
Very stealthily.
Yeah, you do that. Cool. Alrighty.
And let me help. I've always wanted to do this.
Did I find a barrel?
Yeah.
Because I'm probably actually going back.
Probably
and
a horse
forth.
trough.
I've got his head, but I'm doing myself as well. So I'm like one like Smoothie, and I'm like one for me.
Hey, where are we going?
And then but both of you, you're waterboarding Smoothie. Okay.
All right.
I mean, that'll sober you up. And just basically as you finish dunking Smoothie, the music comes to an end, and the abbot, probably alone of everybody, just, bravo, splendid, amazing. Oh, Dimitri, you did a splendid job. I thank you greatly. And my lord, you dance like a maestro. Thank you, Lord Abbot. This fine young lady is also very talented. We appreciate it greatly. And he bows, like, in a courtly manner to Iriska. I just... no, wrong voice. I just thought I would come to enjoy these celebrations along with the rest of my lovely subjects here in Kresk. You put on a good show, Dimitri. Very enjoyable evening. I thank you for your hospitality. And the abbot would sort of lean in and... I actually did have a gift for you, my lord. You did indeed. There was no need. Oh, but on this gorgeous day, and, well, it seemed appropriate. I am aware that you have been searching for a lady love for some time, and, well, Iriska has more than once told me of her incredible fondness for you. Indeed, she has. Well, then perhaps she and I should get better acquainted. Come, my dear. We are very grateful. And she reaches out and takes his hand. Do any of you do anything?
Selenox, is Trish next to Selenox at this point?
Can be. Yep. Selenox, Smoothie, and Trish are in one place. Irina and Esmeralda are about 60 feet away from them on a different part of the thing. So
Selenox is going to, like, whisper, probably loudly, to Trish, like, didn't you have the consent thing that I didn't think we were okay with this. Are we okay with this? I'm not sure. Okay, but
we're not okay with this.
Okay. Second question. Do we have the capacity to do anything about this at this moment in time? Right.
If I know.
Okay, so she seems to want to go, right? Like, is that...
I think, to be honest, we... at least for me, I think I'm just going to put it down to a die roll, because I don't know if we'd have time for this kind of long chat before potentially intervening.
Not really.
Right?
You have about sort of 10, 15 seconds between...
I think the argument could be made, though, as they're having this,
sure.
As they were having their conversation, we were also having our conversation.
True, okay. In that case, the only response is that Smoothie's face becomes a firm line, but he's waiting to make sure that he's not gonna put anyone else in danger first.
I think Trish will probably say, we can't just fight him here. There's too many people.
I got nothing.
Esmeralda and Irina, anything between the two of you?
Is this just going to dump the cloak on top of this servant man, apparently? And just be like, keep low. Do not raise attention to yourself. Stay down. We will just wait until he leaves.
Meanwhile,
sort of old man grunt of consent, but Irina is frozen with fear.
I will cast Sending to Dimitri and say, get them out of there. Get everyone out of there now.
Very well. Dimitri sends back. I think he is about to leave. And I certainly hope he is. I really would rather you did not fight him here. If it's all the same to you. You probably want to be in better condition.
I'm actually in pretty good condition. I've had a long rest. I'm good to go. If he's not moving everyone, then that is my answer, though.
Yeah.
If there's too many people in the way, then I can't do
a lot of these people.
I was gonna do.
Smoothie. A lot of these people are apparently charmed. Like they are. There's a bard spell which you can, or a bard feature which you basically just you can't look away from this person. I cannot remember. Enrapture, enthrall. It's basically that. He would struggle to move more than half of the people just because they're not really under their own control.
I will just. This is the only thing I will say. If we do this, we gotta do it now, and it might hurt people.
It's not worth it.
Okay.
Strahd twirls Iriska once daintily on her tippy toes, and says, "Indeed, Iriska and I shall go and get better acquainted, I think." Then he looks at you, Smoothie, and says, "Have no fear. I won't do anything she doesn't want to do." And then the two of them turn into bats and flutter away into the night. And I think we'll leave it there. Thank you very much for playing with me this evening, everybody. You know, when the abbot turns up, it's going to be a cool and groovy night. I support women's wrongs. Yeah, look. Don't worry, he's not going to do anything to her. Meta, he's not interested. He knows exactly what she is. He's playing with the abbot. So, how are we going, everybody? We good? We happy? We groovy?
I need to go to the bathroom. We haven't had a break.
Alrighty, well, let us have a quick little
We're not
breaklet.
writing.
Let us have a quick little breaklet, and then we will have our favourite moments. So we'll be back very, very shortly, guys. Say 5 to 10, and then back for our favourite moments. Say goodbye, everybody.
All right.
Bye-bye. Mateys, we'll be back. Hello, good evening, welcome back. We're just going to have a little bit of our favourite moments, which is something we like to do at the end of our streams, where we go around the table and say what we all thought each other did real good tonight. There's the music I'm looking for. Oddly, in my entire Midnight Madness playlist, there is no truly festival kind of music. Odd that. I've never needed it before, so I was doing my best with what I had. But it's all sort of, there we go. Alrighty, well, let's have a D5 in chat. Ewok Rule, can you roll the exclamation mark roll space the number 5, please, to determine which one of us we flatter first? Do you have any prank potion ideas? Ooh! Jack, you're a fellow pro DM. Do you have any prank potions?
Prank. Off the top of my head, one that gives you nice breath, but it makes you smell like onions.
Excellent. I like that.
You want some gum? That's a real thing, by the way. So you can get gum that makes you smell like onion.
Oh, delicious.
It's
Makes all food taste like soap. Yeah. I like ones that have a benefit but also have a negative. So it's a healing potion, but it makes you turn blue for an hour. Like it's a health potion, but it also changes your skin blue for an hour. Or the potion of hill giant strength that actually has a hill giant's toe in it, so it tastes absolutely foul because it's been marinating in dead guy's toe for a while. That sort of thing. I think I have a spreadsheet of wild magic surge potions somewhere, but yeah.
I just thought of one. This isn't from me. This is from a adventure I ran. It's you think you're invisible. So
Amazing, yes.
the potion makes you think you're invisible, but you are not.
But actually, here's one. It's a potion of invisibility. It's deep purple and it only works on orcs. Orcs or half orcs. And it actually, to everybody else, it just turns you purple. Because you've never seen a purple orc. There's a whole bunch of those as well. You could do is like, the yellow ones makes you extremely rich, but it only works on orcs. Everybody else just turns yellow. The red one makes you is a haste potion, but only works on orcs. I think that could be fun.
Good lord.
For those of who enjoy Warhammer, I saw a 4 rolled by Ewok Rule. Thank you very much. So that would be Esmeralda, our new art person. Favorite Esmeralda moments, everybody.
I enjoyed the protective vibes when Strahd got there, as was straight away like, I'm going for Irina. And and then the stay down and da-da-da, even though she's like changed into a she's it was cute.
Yeah. Aaron the Entertainer, thank you very much for the follow, you bloody champion. Avast, matey, you wee scallywag. I really enjoyed the description of how you infuse the cloth with your magic. That was really neat. I was just like, I don't know how I'd do this, so yeah, cool, good job.
Like the way you eventually relented to Smoothie trying to get you to dance, but the line "you get 112" cracked me up.
Yeah, that was mine too. I'll think of one in a minute.
I enjoyed making fun of Selenox. I've missed that.
I'm excited to see what the infusions do. That'll be fun. Trying to think of anything. I'll come back to Ez, because my moment was what Rach said.
Stolen. What do you fancy, Ellie B? Favorite self?
She did say
no, mine was definitely making fun of Selenox.
Right, yeah. No, valid. Good point.
It was good fun.
I liked the no hugs moment as well.
Yeah.
Bishop Love mentioned that.
No hugs.
Yeah.
I actually thought for ages that's what Smoothie was asking for, a hug.
No.
And then I was like,
he wouldn't be that
Smoothie's
bold.
asking for a dad. Or to come and dad.
Yeah. I liked I had a second, and Jack, you are welcome to it if you want to steal this one, directly before the twirl. It was really a sort of Smoothie and Esmeralda moment. You no need for thanks. Well, do me a favor and take it anyway. That line, those two lines were really, really nice, and showed their relationship and the development of it really well.
No, you're appreciated. No, you're appreciated. That's my appreciation.
I'm appreciated, and so is my wife.
That's definitely one thing Smoothie doesn't have trouble with. Like, he's just like, oh, thanks. That's it. There's no doubt in there. But it's tough. Anyway, we'll talk about it later. I'm going on a rant.
Alrighty. Well, yeah. Is that we've flattered Esmeralda. Let's do a D4 in chat then, please, from someone. Cal Show, if you would oblige us! ! Roll space the number 4. I don't mind using Irina Kolyana's artwork from, and this is from a much older version of the game than we're
Oh,
currently
is that what it is? Right,
running. It's
right.
Irina
I thought that
and
must
Tatiana. Yeah.
Yeah, I thought so. Okay.
Well, that was very convenient then, because Kyle just rolled a 3, which means Smoothie, and I've already said my favorite Smoothie moment. It would be the other half of that conversation. Smoothie had some bangers today, but I did enjoy that chat and the way he played that. Yeah.
I enjoyed the like. I think I said something similar last week, but I like that Smoothie's got this like renewed excitement, and I love that he really took on the like fixing up of the shrine. I thought that was really nice. I could just see like his excited little body like just going around and like making sure that it just looked it was cute. I had a nice little image in my head of him pottering around and making it great.
Following Trish's instructions. It's like, no, not that. Oh, sorry.
I'm struggling.
I really liked him bringing food and wine back for everyone.
Yeah, that was
because
so
he's just,
sweet.
He's always thinking of everyone else. He's just such a sweetie. I thought that was really lovely.
Yeah, absolutely. Favorite self?
I don't know if it's my favorite self, but I did think it was a nice opportunity, because there's this little bit of a self-destructive trait in him, but what I don't know whether I'll decide that he kept some for himself or whatever, but that was not the plan with the wine.
No.
But then and then that moment of, well, this is like a celebration and I get to help, and that's the dominant thing in him. So that won out, and that was an interesting thing, because I was like, no, this makes like, it's not even a debate in his head, but he'll probably like realize like halfway through, he's like, fuck. He doesn't regret the choice, but he's like, could have used that. We'll probably need that. Oh well.
I agree with Bishop Blood, like Smoothie being drunk. That was gold. That was gold. Smoothie let loose
seemed
more
like
often.
a safe place to get drunk, right? Absolutely. Yep. Yeah, excellent. Any others? I had a second, but I think it's already been said, because I really enjoyed sharing. Yeah. And I thought he'd just picked up booze, but he actually brought back food as well, and that was really sweet. Yeah.
Yeah, it wasn't stated, but it would definitely be what he would have done.
Yeah, sure. Smoothie's dancing while sitting, yes. Yeah, cool.
Were you deliberately doing it like your little thing? I only just realized you look like your little thing.
Let's say yes.
When you were doing your dancing.
Wasn't intended. For context, yeah, the emoji, yeah, that's one of my emojis.
Right.
Yeah.
I was like,
sorry,
does he have a,
I put
does
it
he
in
have
the
a
chat.
dashboard
You
bobblehead or
did.
something?
Yeah.
Alrighty. Mystery Men, yes it was. That was Mystery Men. I knew it wasn't Watchmen. Watchmen doesn't have an invisible guy that's only invisible when you can't see it, when no one's watching. That is very much Mystery Men.
I also enjoyed Smoothie trying to explain to Irina that she was actually Tatiana.
Yeah. You didn't pick up that it was it was just Irina going,
I get that you don't get it.
Because Jack didn't catch that necessarily either. I'm just like, oh, maybe she's like, oh no. This is called
she does know. Fuck.
Being avoidant. As opposed to, yes, I fuck. Do you think I can't see my own reflection? Like, yes, I know.
You're not a vampire yet.
Who do you mean? Me? How could I? What? Yeah. No, that was well played out.
Yeah, it worked out. It was like, oh yes, keeping in track with the ace intelligence. Just like, oh, no, hang on, let me explain it to you. Let me mansplain. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Hey, Soundboy.
Unintentionally, but yes.
Cool. Alrighty. Well, it's Indigo Leaf. Would you mind rolling a D3 in chat? ! Roll space the number 3, please. to determine who we're going to go next. Closer to magic than alchemy. Yeah, that's fair. So Chad has gone off on these suggestions. Has been really kind of fun to watch. A 1, that's DM. No, we re-roll it.
Yay!
No.
Favorite DM?
Nah.
Accept it like Esmeralda had to.
I will turn
Accept the
invisible. You
gift.
are allowed 1 12.
Yes. I'm just saying, Josh.
Yeah.
That's a shirt. You
Oh,
are
yeah.
allowed 1 12.
You are allowed 1 12.
You get 1 12. That's it.
I don't have any inspirations left. Fair point, Janos. Yeah. Where's
Yeah.
Tony when I need him?
Yeah. I am pretty sure that in the soundscape I heard bats. And if that is correct, that was very well done because like I heard it and I'm like, I think this is just kind of like for those who are really like clocked in, and I don't think the characters necessarily know yet, but I heard that. I'm like, oh, fuck me. Because I knew what it meant. And that was great. Because, yeah, I mean, like, so the player got this kind of like stomach pit drop before the character did. Character was blissfully unaware until Selenox made him sad again. But yeah.
Sorry.
I'm just joking around.
Reality.
Yeah. Curb stomp with reality, yeah. Yeah, so it sounds like that was intended, so that was very masterfully done. So just you kind of going, oh, a little bit of Bertie Samp, because he's arriving now, yes. So I thought that was good.
I really loved the conversation with Anna. That was really cool. I liked getting a little window into her backstory, and she's really sweet, and I love that.
Yeah, no. That was...
Oh, yeah. The marriage thing. Yeah.
It was a good moment.
That was fun and completely improvised. I did not decide that beforehand.
It really made me like the Burgermeister right before we put him in peril.
That's my second moment. I'll get there. Okay, now.
How do you handle their wood? Of course, that's your favorite. That was Bishop Blood for the first and Roe for the second, and yes.
I really enjoyed you going with me on the twig train. I liked
Literally.
I loved that you like created, and it was cute as well because like Selenox quite often interacts with kids and like has this cute little like, oh no, I don't do kids, but then like actually she's
very good
she
with
like
kids.
gets along with them or she tells them stories or whatever. And so to have that like the twigs get involved in that was like really fun.
Yeah.
And I liked that you remembered from last week that Yevgeny was like waiting for a dance.
Oh, Yevgeny is, no, that's, there's always, everybody's got one. Yeah. Oh, no, it's the, Yevgeny is Chekhov's gun as far as Selenox is concerned. That's the one. That's what I was thinking. Trying to think, favorite self. I think it's got to be full circling it with Veriska. Having that come back into play. I normally like to end on an up, but the episode had been fairly up, so I wanted to end on a ooh.
Cliffhangers are always good.
Yeah.
No complaints.
That was my favorite part, was just, that's where we're ending it. It's like, oh no.
Yeah.
Oh no. It's so good.
And I did also like giving Irina the chance for an out. Like, do you hide? Here, I'll let you have a chance to notice this is coming. Yeah, I was like, okay. Annul, yes. Yeah, cool, excellent. Alrighty, thank you very much. And
I had one more, which was the chess game that you played with us. I think you correctly clocked that we are all empathetic people who treat the NPCs as real folks. even if there was a 1% chance that other people would get hurt, we couldn't take that risk. And God fucking knows what we're going to do, but I imagine it's probably like, okay, we're following him, right? We're not going to let this happen. Like, that's a different sitch. That's probably what Smoothie wants to do. Yeah, it was great because the chat, you were lovely and we appreciate your suggestions, but you misunderstand how well Josh put our collective bits in a vice. Like we had nowhere to go. like there was nothing to be done without potentially getting someone killed. And I feel like that would not have sat well with any of these characters. So that was masterfully done. Very Stride-like.
Thank you. All right, well, we need a D2 in chat to choose between Trish, Irina, and Selenox, weirdly. We'll get there, Rach, it's fine.
Right.
It's a 1, that's Rach, which is Trish or Irina. It does make it easier to pick, because there's a lot. And then Lancaster also gets a 1.
Oh, it's definitely supposed to be that way then.
Yeah.
I enjoyed Irina's explanation to Anna about what we've done, where you said you helped an old friend go home. I liked that line. That was nice.
That was very good.
I like that.
Finish reading the journal.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was going to be mine.
Getting more and more into it. Like the end was actually
enjoying
like,
it.
whoa.
Fucked up journal. I was expecting it to be that fucked up, to be honest. That was fun to read.
I did change
Yeah.
it a little bit. I added a few sentences here and there, but most of it's the original wedding.
See, if I'd known that, that would have been my favorite moment for you. But I was like, that's just from the book. But I really liked that speech.
It's
Yeah.
mostly, the vast majority of it is from the book. Because I had played a little bit fast and loose with some of the lore, I had to make it fit with what I'd written. I also, I made Strahd just a little bit more sympathetic in it. Like he really, really tried to not kill his brother. Like,
I
not a
find it
lot more, but...
I find it so interesting that, like, maybe it's just because of the way that we played this game, but I read it as quite, like, I was like, oh, that's quite sad. And everyone else was there going, like, you are such a fucking asshole. And I was
dickhead.
like,
Yeah, but Ro, you're playing Selenox, who's
I
already
know.
fallen hook, line, and
I
sinker. So I
know,
think
I
there might be a
know.
bit of bleed there.
that's what I'm saying. That's what
See,
I'm
I
saying.
was
It's
like-
definitely from that, but it was really, like, yeah.
I was in my head, I was like, it's a bit of a love triangle, right? They must have some kind of connection for him to think that. But then I read that entry and like Tatiana is just like nothing for this man. This is just my fiance's brother. This is just some dude, some older dude that I'm like gonna be semi-related to. She had no indication that she was into him, and he was just all in. And I'm like, what a fucking creep. I can't
100%.
believe this is the more sympathetic version.
Yeah,
Oh.
as far as sympathy goes, the sentence comes to mind: cool motive, still murder.
Oh, dead set. But no, he did woo her. He did try to woo her. Yeah, no.
She was just like
none of
zero
it.
interest.
But she was like, not into it. Yeah, that's all. Yeah, but
112, that is
wasn't.
it.
It didn't come out of fucking nowhere. She definitely knew
Yeah,
of his
well.
affections. She just did not reciprocate them, and he dealt with it very poorly. I want to be clear. I am not Team Strahd here.
No, you're not. No, you're not. We know
Yeah.
that.
We get it.
Who are we?
I know Ro
complimenting?
is, but we're complimenting
It's
Rach.
Trish and Irina.
I just
and
was
Irina.
clarifying some stuff because the reading of the thing was very, very good, and I really like that Trish tried to stop, and everyone's like, no, keep reading. Here's a drink. Keep going.
All right.
The rest of us can't.
Yeah, that's correct. If you ask Esmeralda,
It was another favorite as moment, actually.
Yeah.
I didn't think you could read.
Yeah. I don't really have a specific thing. I just really like Rachel's energy today. It seemed like you really were having a good time playing, and I caught that enthusiasm, and it brought everyone up, and I noticed.
The recap was good.
The recap was very good.
Thank you.
Yeah, my favorite moment has to be Esmeralda's weird dad. Oh, yeah.
Accurate.
That is very much the vibe, and I love it.
Yeah, it is. He is valiantly trying not to put that on you, but it is still the vibe. Yeah.
Listen.
I guess
others?
favorite self. Oh,
Yeah, no, I think so. I think
for me, I enjoyed Irina's reaction to the journal entry and just being absolutely shook. That was fun.
Was she actively playing with Smoothie a bit? Was like, no, what are you talking about? Or was that really she was just like, no, I'm really trying not to think about it. Would you fuck off?
Yeah, she thought they were all on the same page, and she's like, this is what I tell myself to stay sane.
Right.
But then she like had to confront it, and she snapped a little bit, but she's like, the I'm not her is both what she believes and also what she tells herself not to go fucking crazy.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
I enjoyed the like I've lost the word, but the like comparatively to Trish, where like Irina had that moment where she snapped and it was that moment of anger and then immediately apologized, and I was like
Yeah, it's true.
I enjoyed that.
Yeah.
To be fair, Trish still apologizes. It's just a gruff apology. Like, it's that kind
and
of,
like, I don't know, it would
like,
be that immediate.
That's true. Oh, no, I don't think that's true. Like, I remember specifically Trish, making amends more than once. Rach just does this thing with Trish where it's very kind of like, like just kind of like a straightforward, like, yeah, what? That kind of thing. That's what it feels like, like
I guess
love to your mother
that's what
kind
I
of thing.
mean. Like it was quite different, which is the same as where I was talking about Talking Heads last week. Like that takes skill to have those characters
100%.
who have the same base emotion, but it's delivered differently.
100%.
That's good.
Yep.
That's it. Can we get? Well, we know it's a D1. We don't need to roll a D1. Can we? Favorite Selenox moments.
Yay! Lots of those.
Checking in on the twigs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Every time, are you okay with this? The twigs, they're fine with it, darling. It's just so Selenox. It's gorgeous.
Yeah. The mutual sobering was funny.
Yeah.
Because in my head, it was like you grabbed Smoothie by the back of his neck. You like where are you going? And then you both just dunk. Like, it's such a cinematic moment. You can see like the camera coming like in the barrel, like inside the water, and you see their heads and why? So that was really fun. It was really fun to be a part of.
I loved the banter with Yevgeny about the dancing. That was so cute. What was that one bit where being like, someone's got to be good at dancing and it's not you, and that was a cute moment.
Yeah.
Yes, unfortunately, the merch store is currently offline. We do need to, migrate it over to Fourth Wall. We just haven't gotten round to it yet. Need a drink. Sell hands over her flask. Yeah, that was good. I think mine would have to be the flirting with Yevgeny. Flirting is really hard, and I'm not very good at it. Edge of the seat for that whole journal reaction interaction. Oh yeah, wow. Thank you, Garg. That's very kind of you to observe. I think his first line being quite good, and then you're like, oh, you were doing well before. You should have stopped there. But yeah, everything with the twigs is really fun. Only because God can't read. True. No. I'm good at it when I'm so here's the thing. I'm good at it when I know it's for play, Terrace. I'm not good at it for actual. And Yevgeny is dead set keen on Selenox, and he is not sure if she reciprocates. But he thinks,
how much more obvious does Selenox need to be?
this is a man, a one-eyed man.
Oh, is he self-conscious about his eye?
No, not especially.
No, he just can't read
it wasn't
signs.
sarcasm. I wasn't being sarcastic. I was like, imagine if that's the case. That would be cute.
Like the rest of the party, apparently he can't read.
Oh, he can't read. Yevgeny is illiterate. Yeah.
Yeah. Most
Twice
of
as much
Burrowvia
now.
would be illiterate. Yeah.
At this point, yes.
He's a fantastic shot, though. Yeah. Favorite self, Ro?
I think the twig jig.
The twig jig, yeah. Going over and like adding to other people's dancing with your pet twig blights. The entire village of Kreska's just sort of, they're fine. They're with her, right? The children love them.
Yeah. Everyone, yeah. They're sweet. We like them.
Actually, no. There's one for me, because I've kind of just danced around and sort of seconded a bunch of others. Continually failing to remember their names. And yeah, your befuddlement about that, and sort of it's starting to include new names like Timber and what was the one that Ellie suggested in chat?
Don't poke your brother. That was one.
Kindling.
Yeah, don't poke your brother. Kindling. That was it. Kindling.
It's okay. I think we also had Tinder, the sexy twig.
Yeah.
No.
Tinder the sexy twig. That is a children's book that they will now be writing.
Tinder's just on the dance floor. Everyone else is like doing their normal dancing, backing up, and Tinder is like always got let's get it on. And just like
Fucking hell.
The Phoenix 1989, thank you very much for the follow, you bloody champion. Avast, matey, you wee scallywag. Kindle, yes. That's the one that can read. Yeah. It can't speak, but it can read. Alrighty, well, we should, Ro, you've said your favorite self, I believe? Yes, alrighty, well, we should go away from here, and because we've been streaming for a while now, but we need to go and drop you lovely people over on somebody else. And, the Eldritch Scribe are streaming, as is O'Sullivan Kate. And we rarely get to raid O'Sullivan Kate. We've got several lovely friends of the O'Sullivan Kate on the screen today, so let's go and drop a raid over on Kate. She's a lovely person, a fellow streamer from WA, and we'll drop you all over there. I wonder what they are doing.
Yay.
They're doing some just chatting, I think, but are they doing their co-working space thing? Let's have a look.
Pomodoro?
Motivation Monday.
Pomo time.
Let's be productive. Alrighty, well, let's do that. Let's go and be productive with Kate, everybody.
Let's do that.
But before we go, we do need to check in with these people and find out where we can buy Rachel's book. So, Rach, please tell us about yourself and your book, maybe.
So, folks, do you like science fiction?
I know I do.
I feel like there's a good chance you do because genre people stick together. Science fiction. Do you like it when rich people are the bad guys and there's weird technology and usually some kind of mystery? Well, I've written 2 books that kind of fit that bill. Hybridized,
Yay.
Set on the Moon, cyberpunk vibes. Check it out. It's available here on the internet. It's good. Trust
2
me.
books.
Proud of it. Get
confirm.
amongst it.
I've read both.
You should be proud of it.
Yeah.
And if you
Yeah.
don't buy it, I'm going to write a really, really creepy and weird journal entry about you. Do you want that? No. Buy the book.
It's a lot of you really need to spare Rach this. I would happily, I think, so Lancaster, I know for a fact Karen wants to option it to turn it into a film, hybridize. I don't know if there's an audiobook of it yet. Mind you, Rach, I have it on good authority, is actually a fairly capable actress, so she may well be able to do the audiobook of it herself, like read by the author.
Yeah, fuck yeah. That would be the best job ever. audio
Yeah.
Oh my
book.
god!
Like,
I have
that's
tried.
like my
I've
dream
looked
job.
into trying to get into that, but it's quite difficult.
I have a job
Mm.
tomorrow.
Yeah.
Recording an audiobook.
Yeah.
What?
Oh, amazing.
Nice.
That's very cool.
First one. It's going to be interesting.
That's awesome.
Ooh.
That is awesome. Alrighty. Well, jealous as fuck. Jack, who the heck are you?
Hello, my name is Jack Squarepeg. You can find me on all the social media garbage and on Twitch and YouTube, where I do a whole bunch of tabletop RPG shenanigans, including my cowboy pulp Cthulhu show Trouble Over Yonder. If you like John Carpenter's The Thing and every cowboy trope you can think of with some pulpy goodness thrown in, you'll probably like this show. Other than that, feel free to support and all the things. And we are sponsored officially by the people who made it happen. So Chaosium, the people who made Call of Cthulhu, are giving away a Call of Cthulhu starter set. So if you ever wanted to learn how to play the game, the information is all in my Discord, which you can find the information to out there somewhere. And all you have to do is interact with the YouTube video, the latest YouTube video, like, comment, and subscribe. Each counts as an entry. And the entry will be drawn this Thursday during said Trouble Over Yonder episode. So, very exciting. Good luck, everybody.
Apparently, the both links take you to the store, but apparently the link I've got for Rings of Mars is currently unavailable.
Gotcha.
But that may
The
well be-
hybridized
the hybridized one is still good.
works.
I know because
yeah.
I bought it through that link. Rings of Mars also very good. Maybe message Rach privately about it and get it that way. If Rach is open to DMs.
There you go. There's a
there you
different
go.
Rings of Mars link.
Oh, it's because this is the old. That was the old one. I'm sorry.
This is the new Rings of Mars link. That one works.
Thank you, Ro. There you go.
You're welcome.
Ellie B. Lady of
Yes.
the many jobs. Tell us about yourself.
Yes. I am here. I am a person. I do things sometimes. Usually you will find me literally here. When I'm not here, I'm literally nowhere else. Apparently I don't exist.
She just blams off into the void and starts narrating audiobooks.
I should probably start doing more things. Maybe when I have time and I'm not doing other things, like trying to stop the bad cyber criminal people. We could never sleep. It's fine. But yeah, no, I have a lot of fun being here all the time. And I will see you guys probably next week.
Hope so.
Yay!
Be weird if you don't. Self-exile to pocket dimension. I am person, says person defiantly. I like defiantly, Bishop Blood. And Ro, who the heck are you?
Hi, I'm Roro, and despite the name, I have little to nothing to do with protein. I am a Bulu-based educator and theatre maker. You can catch me here on Monday nights or on every second Thursday for screenings of Trouble Over Yonder over on Jack Squarepeg's channel. Or go on that YouTube link and like and subscribe and comment for prizes, although I'm trying to win the prize, so don't comment too
So
much.
maybe don't.
Is
Or
she even
you
allowed?
can catch me on.
I don't care.
I mean,
I don't
I
fucking care.
liked and I subscribed and I commented.
I mean, until I can pay Ro, it's the least I can do to give her a fucking entry.
You can also catch me on Instagram if you'd like, at Cradventures, to see photos of my dog Charlie and my many travel adventures and upcoming projects like God of Carnage, which will be showing in Melville Theatre in September.
Yeah.
Excellent. And I be Josh the Pirate. You know my face. It's here often on Corsair's Cove. It's the channel I run with my lovely lady wife, the mother of bunnies, and all my splendid friends. We will be back tomorrow night, I imagine, for some more Baldur's Gate 3 that Karen will be playing while I paint, probably, this dude. This is the second official Hasbro Mini I have ever bought. And I'm pretty sure it's Driz Do'Urden. And I found it. I could be wrong, but it does look rather like him. And I found it in a second-hand shop for $3, and I was like, done. So yeah, I will be doing that one tomorrow probably. I also got this one. This is a Reaper mini, and it's hard to make out, I imagine. But yeah, it's like a spiky cat thing, and I'm like, hell yeah, I will do that too. That won't be super easy. I'll probably do that one first. Yeah, other than that, back Thursday night. Yes, Thursday night for the finale of Spirits of Morning. Yeah, that took a while. Sorry, my brain is not doing so great today. Back for the finale of the little 3-shot that we've been running. I recommend that Garg and Cal Show don't watch that because they're about to do that adventure themselves in the game we're playing on the weekend. So don't come for that. You get a pass on that one.
Spoilers.
You'll just spoil it for yourself. Maybe watch the first half hour and then leave because you've done the first half hour. Indeed, I learned some lessons from running it for them that I can now apply to the. I can torture my players better. And I also need to say, it's Indigo Leaf. Thank you very much for the follow, you bloody champion. Avast, matey, you wee scallywag. It's lovely to see all these follows today. Thank you very much, all of you. We are affiliated with a couple of wonderful groups, Wooden Forge Gaming Accessories and Troll Lord Games. They're both fantastic groups of people who support the TTRPG industry online marvelously, so check out their amazing stuff at the links what I just put up. Ryuji the Gun Mage, thank you very much as well, you bloody champion. Avast, matey, you wee scallywag. And Sirenscape is doing the noises what you can hear in your head that aren't me or my friends. We should probably go away from here. If you have any spare pennies in your digital wallets, it would be excellent of you to throw them over at this link, what I am throwing up there, for the Emergency Action Appeal, which is raising money to support the Ukrainians who have been displaced by the war. Any donations, however large, will be gratefully received. I can also announce that today I decided that we will be doing International Talk Like Josh the Pirate Day episode 4 this year. It will be the 20th and 21st of September, which is also very, very, very close to International Talk Like a Pirate Day. So you can talk like a pirate on the Thursday and then come and talk like Josh the Pirate on the Friday. So hopefully a bunch of these folks may well be involved. I'm actually going to try and make Rach DM.
Ooh.
Because she's done it before and she's bloody good at it. And also, she's a writer. I don't know if you heard this. She's actually like very creative and a storyteller.
My god. Rach is a writer.
She actually wrote a book too, I think.
She wrote 2.
Yeah.
What the?
I don't talk about it very much, but
No,
yeah,
it doesn't come up
Oh
often.
my god. I never would have guessed.
Modesty
Alrighty, well,
that kills you.
This has been fun, guys. Thank you very much for lifting my mood this evening. We will go and raid Kate O'Sullivan. So throw your favorite raid emotes up in chat. Tell Kate where you came from. Show them the love like we always do. Be kind. It is the way. And we will see you same bad time, same bad channel tomorrow night for some more Baldur's Gate 3. Say goodbye, everybody.
Goodbye, everybody.
Goodbye.
Whee!